Hey buddies, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Today is going to be another video. I am happy to be back filming kind of regularly. It's a little weird to not be filming like 4 or 5 videos in a row because I used to do that. You see, like, if you scroll through my channel, you'll see like 5 or 6 videos of me in the same shirt and makeup and stuff because I filmed a bunch on the same day and then just edited them throughout the week. But I'm trying like to film, edit, and upload one like all on one go and then do another one, because like when I did multiple videos I kind of got confused and I forgot like what I was talking about in the videos, and then I was going to try to do the description box and it just wasn't working. So keep my mind focused on one concept at a time, and then I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But today I'm talking about my no buy. So a lot of people subscribe to my channel. That's like one of my most viewed videos is my no buy that I started the beginning of this year, like I think last December. I did it like the December and then all of 2019. I actually rewatched that video because I had a little notebook that I kept my rules, like my notes and stuff in, like my monthly check-in things, and I think I threw it away because it was like pretty full. I had the notebook for a long time and I guess I just threw it away and I thought I didn't need it anymore, so I had to go back through that video and like take notes on what I said. So I sat through 30 minutes. Well, actually I watched it on like 1.5 speed, but I sat through like 30 minutes of myself talking, so you're welcome. Which actually, if that's something you didn't know, most YouTubers don't watch their videos back because it's kind of weird. They're like, I think it's weird when people say that they've edited a video and they're just gonna watch it back. I'm like, I don't even care if there's a mistake. I'm not sitting here and watching it all back after I sat there and edited it for an hour or so. But basically, to recap that, I'll link the video in the description if you want to go back and watch it. But so the premise of it was I made the video like mentioning the roles and why I was doing it. So why I wanted to do the no buy in the first place was because I needed to pay off debt, and I was very convinced that I needed to buy a house ASAP at that point in my life. And then primarily the thing was for makeup, but it also included like hair care, skincare, clothes, house stuff, and then the rules were that I could not buy any makeup, skincare, hair care, and I tried to basically made rules where I wouldn't be able to redirect my spending to something else, because I had done that in the past where if I was on a makeup no buy, I got obsessed with nail polish for no reason. So I tried not to do that. And then I said no homewares or unnecessary craft supplies or clothing. So like homewares, I was buying, like if I saw stuff on sale, like dishes and that kind of stuff, I didn't need it, which I have lived on my own before, but I don't now, so I don't really need to buy anything yet. And I still have the stuff that I had before, so. And then craft supplies, I like making things, but my business, or my second job, I guess at this point, is making things, and I don't, with doing that and my day job, I don't have time to sit here and make stuff. Like I have a bunch of fabric that I'm going to try to make clothes with at some point, but I don't need any more. And then clothing, I just don't want to redirect spending to clothing. I did buy a few things, which I'll talk about that in a second. I said no to new shoes or work clothes unless I needed them, which I did not. I did not buy any new shoes or work clothes last year. And I said no stationery, because I liked buying pens and stuff. I did end up buying some stationery. I bought like these friction pens. I don't know, I've heard people talk about them, if they like them, and I've been writing my notes with it, and it's awesome. It's like an erasable pen, but it's better than those erasable pens that we had like in the early 2000s, you know what I'm talking about? That didn't actually erase. And it's purple, so I use it to write like notes for my business and stuff, so it's a business expense. And then the makeup exceptions that I had, I was allowed to buy a few things if I ran out and didn't have any suitable alternatives, which I didn't buy. I don't think I bought any makeup, if I remember right. I have to go back through my spreadsheet, but I'm pretty sure I didn't, at least anything color. I think I might have bought a mascara and maybe a brow pencil, but that's it. And then I had a couple planned purchases, so I was going to buy the Pacifica foundation because I came out with that early last year, and foundation and concealer, and I did buy those. And then I was going to allow myself to buy $100 worth of CoverGirl products because they had recently gone cruelty-free, and I don't think that they ever released a vegan product list, so I didn't buy anything from them, and I didn't really feel the need to anyways. Then I was allowed to buy hair dye no more than once a month. I I had to stop dyeing my hair because my employer decided that they weren't cool with it, like right in the middle of, so I've just been bleaching it, and I bleach it maybe every 2-3 months. It's probably due again next month or so. I can deal with my roots for a little while, but then they start looking greasy because they're darker than the rest of my hair. See, my goals that I had set were to, number one, pay off debt, and to reduce my collection of makeup, clothing, craft stuff, everything. And then I wanted to curb my bad spending habits and to break even with my business, because I was buying and buying and buying like new stuff. I think a little bit too quickly for what I was able to do. Like, I was buying stuff to release new products that I wasn't even fully done with the one beforehand. So like, if you have a business, the smartest thing to do is to launch a new product, then use the money that you earn from that to launch the next product. So I was like buying 2 and 3 things at a time. It just wasn't working. That I wanted to compare my empties for like the year before where I was on a no-buy, and then this past year where I was, and then I want to see what would happen to my collection, like makeup specifically, after the no-buy. What had happened, I mean, I'm not going to say that I totally broke it, but I didn't. I kind of, about halfway through the year, maybe a little more, I stopped like being obsessed with the no-buy thing. It's about around the time that I stopped making videos for a little while there, because I felt like I didn't need to anymore. I didn't have any desire or necessity to buy makeup and stuff, and I wasn't wearing it. I wore makeup for the first time, like to film that Hi, I'm Back video, so, you know, I didn't really, if I'm not wearing it, I'm not gonna buy it. And then there was one video that I made, an update about getting tattoos. I did get another tattoo, so that's 2 pretty large pieces, and this actually was in like 2 or 3 months of each other. I know I'm crazy, but I don't regret doing that. I also, well, now that I think about it, if I would have taken that money, I could have had my debt paid off by now. I only have $3,000 left on my student loan, and that is it for debt. And the total of the tattoos was approximately that much. So, yeah, but I love them, and, you know. But I did, as far as clothes, I bought new summer clothes that were on clearance, because I made some money from doing a smaller store. So twice this year I went on a 3-week trips to open up new stores for the company I work for, and I made quite a bit of money off of those. And the last time I used, so the first time I paid off debt with the extra money, and then the second time I took the because they reimburse us for expenses, so we get like so much a day for food and for mileage and that kind of stuff. And I used all that. That was probably about $700 or $800, and I used that to pay for my one tattoo. So that didn't really necessarily come out of my expendable income. And then the last time was a shorter one. They were just rebuilding a store that had gotten damaged from a storm, so it wasn't that involved of a process. And I used that to buy a few new clothes. So I got some new pants because I really wanted high-waisted pants. I feel like at first I wasn't on board for that trend, but now I'm like, yes, this is better than the low-waisted ones or the low-rise ones that I had been wearing. And then I got some summer clothes on clearance, so. But I did buy the Pacifica foundation that I had allowed myself to, but again, I did not buy the CoverGirl because I don't know if they abandoned their project of trying to figure out which products are vegan, or if I missed it somehow, I don't know. As far as the debt paying off, I did pay off all my credit cards, like I said. I just need to finish my student loan, so I don't think I would have been able to do that had I been buying makeup and stuff at the rate that I was. And then as far as trying to buy a house, the reason why I felt like I needed to do that quickly was because I didn't have enough room here. But actually, just not even a couple weeks ago, I was able to move into the room across the hall, which is my brother's room. And now I have this office that I'm in right now that I can have my sewing machines and my stock and everything set up, and a separate bedroom. So that's a little bit of peace of mind and also a little extra space. So I'm not like in a super hurry to move or anything. And then as far as the empties thing goes, I was keeping up with that for a little bit, but it just kind of got a mess in here, so I'm not sure what I've talked about and what I haven't. so I'm just going to get rid of everything that I currently have. I still have my empties from like last year because I need to recycle them. I just need to get around to doing that. And then I think next year I might do, but I'm not gonna like tally them up. I'm just gonna kind of talk about the stuff just to have that little bit of makeup, skincare, hair care, like beauty product, that kind of thing, incorporated a little bit into the channel, but I'm not gonna have that be the focus of the channel from here on out. And then I wanted to see the impact on my makeup collection. I think I used up like one concealer in the meantime that I just used to cover pimples when I was on my period, so my collection hasn't changed. But I'm really considering like going through my makeup again and getting rid of a bunch of stuff, like getting down to bare bones, and probably I want it to all fit in a makeup bag, but I don't know if that's feasible right now, just because part of the makeup like addiction, thanks to Arlene Addiction, but the thing for a lot of people was seeing those like makeup collection videos and like going through stuff, and I don't want to fall into the old habits of doing that. So when I feel more comfortable and like ready to get rid of stuff, especially I have it in this little drawer system right now, and I can probably clear that out and get, use that for something else. So that would be good motivation to try to get rid of stuff. But just like the drawers are not even anywhere close to being full. Like I could probably put everything into 2 of the 6 drawers or however many is in it. And it's like that collection mentality, like gotta collect them all because the YouTubers who have all the big makeup collections, and everybody's like, oh, I want to have that much, and I just can't. So the takeaways from my no-buy year. It took a while, but it's more satisfying to see my debt going down than it is to see my makeup collection going up, obviously. But it's like, that's a thing, but you don't really get it until you actually start seeing the numbers go down. And this year I really took like an anti-consumeristic turn of like my mindset, because like the overspending and the buy mentality just makes me sick. Like I can't deal with it. So like I work in retail at a craft store, but just seeing people like buy all this stuff and they're like going crazy over the next new thing, I'm just like, I don't want any part of that. And one thing I was reading a thread on the Reddit Makeup Rehab subreddit, and they were talking about the Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson series that came out last month, I think, whenever that was. And he included, like in the finale video, he included clips of people who were like, because their website messed up when it launched, and people were like freaking out, like actually crying because they couldn't get this makeup. I was like, I had to turn it off at that point. I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous. So, yeah, I'm just not going to, I don't want to do that. It's, ugh. And I didn't even look at new makeup releases or watch any really makeup videos on YouTube or anything. I've unsubscribed from all of my, the emails, like from Ulta, Sephora, and like indie brands and stuff. And I just stopped watching everything, stopped consuming it. I don't want any part of it. Just the whole makeup industry, I don't agree with. So, I mean, I will use it just because I enjoy like putting it on, wearing it, that kind of thing. But like aside from that, I don't. This no-buy has worked for like helping me stop thinking about it. So there are some things, like aside from makeup, like lessons that I've learned from my grandparents. My dad actually started posting pictures on Facebook of my grandpa's workshop where they reuse everything, like even little pieces of paper they use as lampshades and stuff. I'm just like, that's amazing. I wish I could get to that point where I can just like keep reusing things and not buying new stuff unless I don't have anything that would possibly serve that purpose. And like nothing goes to waste. And I've started reducing my packaging waste, so I'm trying to like switch over to using the Naked products from Lush for like skincare, hair care, that kind of stuff. I am exclusively using their like shampoo and conditioner that don't have any packaging on them. They're just basically bars of shampoo and conditioner, and like bar soap instead of body wash and that kind of thing. Some places you can recycle it, but not buying it in the first place is better than having to recycle. And then for my business, I make and sell these eco-friendly alternative things like cloth wipes, cloth like makeup remover pads and stuff, and I'm using those now instead of buying like disposable wipes, which I have been using them for a while, but I would like buy wipes every now and then. I'm just like, no, I'm gonna stop. Because I used to do my empties a long time ago. I did them like every single month, and I would always have at least 1 pack of makeup wipes, and that adds up a lot, like at least 12 packs a month, or 12 packs a year. And I didn't even wear my makeup every day. If you wear makeup every day, you probably go through like 2 packs a month, and that's a lot of money and waste. So my plans going forward, I am not going to continue doing a no-buy next year. I feel like I am like successfully rehabbed, as you could say, of like buying makeup and stuff, which I know I included like other things, but that was just to keep myself from redirecting my bad habits to other things besides makeup. I just want to continue that into 2020 and make sure that I start off well and not, you know, in debt again because I buy too much crap. So I'm not going to be on an official no-buy, but we'll be more mindful of my spending habits. And I'm going to try to, or not going to try, I am going to finish paying off my debt and build up my savings. So I'll have other videos about that. You can check out those on my channel too. I have debt payoff videos. And I have been posting a little updates here and there on Instagram since I haven't been posting videos about it. So make sure to follow me on there to get updates on my debt and all that good stuff. And then I want to pare down my collections even farther for when I actually do move, so I don't want all this yarn and stuff that I have to pack around. I just want like the bare minimum for myself and then all my business supplies. And I also want to be able to stick to my personal budget as well as I stick to my business budget. So like my business budget is pretty much set in stone. Like it's a separate entity from me at this point, so I don't want to be overspending and having to compensate for that by taking out a savings. So like if I need new fabric for something, I'm going to wait until I have enough sales and money coming in to be able to place a new order for fabric. So whereas before I separated that from myself, I would just buy and buy and buy and then like take it out of my savings or whatever. That's not good. Learned that very quickly. And then instead of spending all of my time trying to tally up what I've bought this year, because I did take a lot of time when I was still doing videos before, like tracking what I've bought and to like make a video about it, that doesn't really work out for me. Like I said before with my empties, I was keeping track of how much that I used up and how much it cost, and that was just too time consuming. So I'm just going to focus on my time and energy on like making new videos, doing stuff for my business and that kind of thing, because I am working very, very hard. I know last year I said that I wanted that to be the last season of like that I was working in retail during the holidays, and I'm working in retail during the holidays right now. So I am working very hard to be out of retail like around June-ish, so I don't have to go through another holiday season. It's terrible. And that's another thing too, is that I've noticed, like I was saying before about how like anti-consumeristic I've become. It's like I'll see people like that come into my work because we sell like a lot of Christmas decorations and ornaments and trees and that kind of stuff, and people will be like, yeah, I change my theme like every year, every 2 years. So I'm like, then what do you do with the stuff that you got rid of last year? Like, are these people just throwing decorations and stuff in the garbage and then buying new every year? I cannot imagine. Like, that is absolutely ridiculous to me. Like, we have the same ornaments that I've had since I was a kid, since my brother was a kid, some since my mom was a kid, and I'm just like, why? Like, I just made us new stockings because ours were all getting mismatchy because of my stepdad coming in and my boyfriend coming in, and so they're all matched now, but that's like the only thing that I would ever like redo, you know? Like, people are so far removed from what Christmas is supposed to be like. Christmas has become a personality trait to some people. Like, it's like you see these things on Facebook, like as soon as October rolls around, people are like, can't wait for Christmas, and blah, blah. I'm like, you don't care about Christmas, you care about like the aesthetic of Christmas. One of my goals for next year, which I actually have started this year, I don't know why I'm talking about it in this video, it's not really related, but I have like maybe less than one roll of wrapping paper left. I got a few presents, maybe I'll finish using up all the wrapping paper. But there are statistics like that are absolutely insane about how much waste people use on Christmas, like even just in the US. Like it is, I think it's like billions of pounds of wrapping paper that gets thrown away. Like why? I started making these knot wraps, like it's basically just a big piece of fabric that you can, like a bandana almost, but a little bit bigger, that you can tie up. I'm gonna try to sell them on my Etsy shop. I mean, they're super simple for me to make, so I'm testing those on some presents this year, and the next year I do not intend to buy any disposable anything for like gift wrapping and that kind of stuff. And also next year I do not want to support Amazon or any big companies like that. I want to try to buy handmade or make it myself whenever possible. So it's just like this year it kind of snuck up on me, and I didn't want to wait till last minute, so I was like I placed a pretty big order on Amazon. I'm like, I shouldn't have done that because Amazon is a terrible company. So another thing that I had kind of thought about with makeup, and where I haven't been buying it or really wearing it much, is that I'm less tempted to buy makeup when I'm not wearing it because I'm not thinking about it. So if I'm like putting on makeup and I'm like, I wonder if I had this color blush, I wonder if I had this color of eyeshadow, if I'm not putting on makeup, I'm not thinking about what kind of new stuff that I would want, especially if you've already like unsubscribed from the emails and unfollowed Trend Mood and all that stuff on Instagram. Also, like I didn't want to, like there was a few times where I did think about buying a few things, but I was like, well, I don't wear makeup, so I'm not even going to get to use the thing that I bought. I mean, some people like to collect it, but I use the makeup that I buy, so. And I know some people who have come off of the no buy, like started a beauty budget kind of thing. I don't even want to do like a makeup budget. If I run out of mascara, then I'll buy a new mascara, but that's like the normal human way of thinking, so I don't think I need to make like rules for that. Whenever I'm out of something, I'll buy it. Also, this is the first year in a while that I am not going to be platinum. I can't talk. That I'm not going to be platinum at Ulta. I have like several hundreds of dollars that I would need to spend to hit platinum next year, and it's December 20th. So not platinum at Ulta, and then I haven't been Rouge or VIB at Sephora for several years because I don't really like Sephora that much. But one thing that I do enjoy doing is like redirecting, or kind of like, because it's kind of rewarding to see the points accumulate at Ulta and then you get to buy stuff with it. But I have been using this app called Ibotta. Shameless plug, you can use my referral code. It's not like you have to buy anything. It's that stuff you normally buy you can get cash back on. So I've been using that, and Rakuten, or these used to be called Ebates, and I've been using those and I'm getting cash back. I've got like a few $100s saved up in there, so I'm going to wait. I think I'm supposed to be going on vacation this year, so I'm going to be saving up that money to put towards that. That way it's like totally separate, not even in my account. I'm not going to be tempted to spend it on something else. So I'll wait to cash that out until we're ready to go, and I'll have that a little bit, so I don't have to worry about like putting extra savings. And it's, like I said, it's on stuff I already buy. Like you can get cash back on, like some places they have % cash back on your total purchase, or it'll be like I love the Beyond Meat burgers, so they'll have like $1 back if you buy a Beyond Meat burgers, which makes, like, you have to be careful though, because you don't want to be buying stuff that you wouldn't normally buy just to get cash back, because that's a waste of money. But if stuff you would normally buy, then why not? But yeah, so that is it for this video. I do consider myself successfully rehabbed from buying makeup, and it just feels silly to be talking about that because it's like not a normal thing to like have to be rehabbed from, you know. But that was started on Reddit, I think. It was like a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing where, like, because there was a subreddit called Makeup Addiction, and then somebody made the one called Makeup Rehab, so that's why, like, where everybody got the name from. But again, that is it for this video. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below if you were on a no-buy this year, how yours went, or if you're going to do one next year. I do highly recommend it though if you're in the similar place that I was, trying to pay off debt and stuff, and you're spending too much money. And it is eye-opening to use a budgeting app. I use Why in Navy You Need a Budget, and to see how much you've spent on certain things like over time, because you're like, oh shoot, I could have used that money to do something else. Just like I said earlier, where I could have used all the money that I spent on tattoos to pay off my student loan. But you know, a tattoo is more satisfying than paying off putting money towards the government. So, you know. But that's about it. Let me know what you think. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any other videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.